correctly. Alright, I'm back. I think I just had to start a whole new live stream. Wouldn't let me resume the old one. So that was a 5.5 hour live stream. I'll show you guys where I'm at. Smash that like button. Hey Aaron, welcome to the live stream. I've been live streaming all day. I just came back on because I lost signal. Zag is actually sick right now. She's not doing very good. We got a vet appointment for her tomorrow morning at 8:30. I'm headed towards Redmond, Oregon. Right now I'm in between K Falls and Lapine, Chemolt. I would not be surprised if I lose signal again. Yeah, I'm really worried about her actually. Like yesterday, she woke up and yelped when I moved a little bit. She sleeps in the bed with me. When I was waking up, she yelped when I moved, and then today, squeeze her sides, she yelps. Her belly's kind of swollen. She's a bit lethargic. But her gums look good. She drank water today, she ate last night. But yeah, I'm very worried. I appreciate any and all good vibes you can send. Again? Zach, girl, you okay? Yeah, you are. You're okay, huh? Get you fixed up. She's even sitting in the van in a weird spot. The spot she usually doesn't sit in. But she is paying attention to me. You know, she responds to her name. Just really worried about her. She's my baby girl. I only know what love is because I have Zag. These dirt roads off to the left and to the right of this road, it's all free camping. Everywhere you look, you just pull off into a national forest road. Try to keep it live as long as I can. Let me know if you're in here, Chuck. I'm probably about 2 hours away from Redmond, which is where I'm headed tonight. Yeah, we got a veterinarian appointment tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. And I just can't say how much I'm appreciative of Crystal and Jim. That's where I'm headed for making that even possible, because I don't know what else I would be able to do for her. Swollen belly could mean a few things. So it'd be good to know exactly what it is. I usually don't go this fast, but I'm almost going 70. 67. Where I'm at now, I've done this drive so many times. I could do it with my eyes closed damn near. I'll be coming into Chemult pretty soon. And then Lapine, then DRW, the Chutes River Woods, and then Bend. Hopefully I'll be able to do some content for you guys. Is that girl? You alright? Okay. Okay. I love you. Hopefully I'll be able to do some content for you guys in Central Oregon. I'm gonna be able to do some videos of where I grew up, you know, and show you around my town. Sorry I'm not as chatty. I'm just driving for 2 days. Now Zag. Hey, what's up, Roche? my passenger mirror aimed just slightly angled down a little too far. And I gotta go like this to see behind me. And then for 2 days I just never fixed it. Because I don't think about it until I'm actually just cruising. I was a highwayman. On the road I did ride. By my side. Many ladies lost their Bibles to my track. Many young ladies left their life Now I got Highwayman stuck in my head. You guys know that song. That's a good song. I'll always be around and around and around. I flew a starship across the universe to find. And when I reached the other side, this up here is the turn to Crater Lake, you guys. Also the turn to Umpqua Hot Springs, which is one of my favorite spots in the world. Very beautiful drive up there. If I was to turn left right here, I'd be headed to Crater Lake, Diamond Lake, Bedford, Roseburg. There's a few other artists that have redone that song too. If you ever get the chance, what is their name? White, give me a second, I'll remember the name. There's this dude that sings that song amazing. He's so good. I'm trying to remember the name of the band. I was a highwayman. Along the coach road I did ride, and a sword and pistol by my side. Many a young maid lost her Bibles to my trade. Many a soldier tune around the Horn of Mexico. I went aloft to furl the mainsail of the boat. When the yoke broke off, they said that I got killed, but I'm living still. I was a damn builder, across this river deep and wide, where steel and water did collide. A place called Boulder, Colorado. I slipped and fell into the concrete. They buried me in that great tomb that knows no sound. But I'm still around, and I'll always be around and around and around and around and around. I feel a starship across the universe divide, and when I reach the other side, I'll find a place to rest my spirit if I can. Perhaps I may become a highwayman again. Or I may still simply be a single drop of rain, but I will remain, and I'll come back again and again and again and again. Man, I can't tell you how many times I've stopped at this pilot up here in my life. What do you mean, is this live? Hell yeah, this is live. What are you talking about, Ketone? I'm just trying to distract myself, because Zag is, honestly, she's over here sick and in pain. I'm worried about her. So, I'm just hauling ass to get where I'm going. Looks like I got a PayPal. So thank you, Dawn, for that, unless that was from earlier. Super grateful for all the donations. If anybody wants to donate to Zag's veterinarian fund, because I got to go tomorrow morning, I'm sure that Crystal would love to help, because she's, arranged the appointment out of the, kindness of her heart. So I'll make sure that she gets it. I know there's Chuck who's trying to send me some. I'll hit him up when I get there. If you're in here, Chuck, let me know. I'll tell you another number combination to try. Oh, it's all good, man. I'm busted broke too. It's fine. I feel your pain, brother. If you can't help out, that's all right. Just send Zag some positive thoughts. She's not feeling good, and I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just worrying too hard. She's my baby girl. She's I don't know. I don't want anything to happen to her, I think that would probably destroy me, honestly, right now. She's too young. She's only 8. Thanks, dude. I got this. You're not wrong. Just worried about my baby girl. Hey, Coach. Hey, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Zag, dude. She, yesterday when I woke up, and I kind of wrestled a little bit when I woke up, and, she sleeps in the bed with me. She yelled when I moved my legs, and that's where she was staying. And then, her belly is starting to swell up a little bit, like she's swollen, and when I squeeze her belly, she yelps. She's in pain. So, I'm not really sure what's going on. She's a bit lethargic. You know, she pooped yesterday morning when she usually does. She ate yesterday, and that's when it kind of started. She's been drinking water. I don't think she's eaten today, and I don't think she pooped today, but she has peed. So I'm gonna go get her checked out and figure out what's going on tomorrow. Now you're out of smokes. Yeah, dude. I got one. I got some. I did get some smokes. I kinda don't want Zach to fall asleep. Do I, girl? Say, girl. Oh, you're such a pretty girl. You're such a good girl. I love you. I love you so much. Love you so much. You guys want to see my view? I'll show you my view. Seeing it, my sunglasses isn't as good as seeing the trees and the forest and the woods. Chenault. I have made it to Chenault, Oregon. This is a great pit stop if I was leaving Bend and I was on my way to the hot springs. There's a subway here and a pilot truck stop. Crater Lake Inn. The Chalet restaurant. I have already passed the giant dinosaur thing. I don't even think it's a dinosaur. It's like a weird moose thing back there. I didn't have signal, so I couldn't show it to you, but it's like this giant styrofoam, I don't know, moose. It's bigger than the damn buildings here, but it's falling apart. It's been there for so damn long. It's just like decrepit and post-apocalyptic, really. And all this forest here, tons of camping out here. Go down any of these dirt roads and during Wenema National Forest, yeah, go left to the hot springs. Yeah, I passed that turn back there. Goes to Diamond Lake, goes to Umpqua. After Chenault is going to be La Pine, otherwise known as LA Pines. I don't know why it's La Pine. It's LA Space Pines. La Pine. It's a pretty big town, but it's really, really spread out, and it's mixed into the forest. Like, it doesn't have a big population, but it's got it's a pretty spread out town, so. A lot of the folks who I grew up with in Bend that ended up buying houses couldn't afford to buy houses in Bend anymore because the population in Bend exploded in the early 2000s. And they all got pushed basically out here to La Pine, Chenault. A lot of the folks in this area probably grew up in Bend. But as Bend grew and the prices got higher and higher, you know, people got gentrified out of town. Hell, even I did. I ended up in Redmond. Yeah, rotate, that's what I was worried about, her being, you know, something with her digestive tract, maybe she ate something. I appreciate that, Roche. What do you think? Are you doing suggesting the hydrogen peroxide thing? No, no throwing up. What costs $2? You're talking about the hydrogen peroxide? Yeah, I don't know if I want to just start putting hydrogen peroxide in her. You know, like, I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know if that would help or just make her more miserable. Maybe that's a question for a veterinarian. Mineral oil? Okay. And that helps her guts. Mineral oil. Gotcha. Charcoal too. Okay. She does have a veterinarian appointment tomorrow in the morning at 8:30 in the morning. So, you know, I'm just gonna make her comfortable tonight as I can, and just kind of pray that it's not more serious and she makes it through the night, which is very stressful, to be honest with you. I think I've just seen so many dogs pass away in Slabs from weird illnesses. Like her mom died of a tick bite. I've seen other dogs attacked. I've seen other dogs die of harm. I've seen a lot of dogs pass away in so many different ways. So, you know, there's that too. I know that we're all little fragile creatures stuck in a meat sack, so. Soothing and passes objects, dude. Alright. Once I crossed into Oregon, I started speeding because I'm going the same speed, but the speed limit dropped. So I'm finally speeding. Finally able to speed. I keep on headed north. Yeah, dogs are amazing, you guys. We don't deserve them. Raised dogs on the road for 25 plus years. Saved most of them from vets. Really is a beautiful area, isn't it, you guys? Finally back in the woods. I've got man, I know so many people in Lapine, the town we're about to be coming up in. I've lived here a few times throughout my life. First time I lived in La Pine, I was in a foster home when I was a kid. And then more recently, I stayed with a friend down one of the highways off east of La Pine. In my motorhome a few summers ago. Yeah, honestly, like, the air, I expected it to be more smoky than this. The last time that I drove through this stretch of road, there's fires on both sides of the road, and it was smoky as hell. A little bit farther back, you could see the fire scars, the burn scars. Hey, what's up, Alex? On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Kind of in a rush now that Zag is sick, though. I want to get her comfortable. Give her some love and some cuddles. Guess that I'm maybe 10 minutes from the southern end of La Pine, and then I gotta drive through that town. It's kind of an interesting town. It's not a small town, but you would think so if you were traveling through it. And I think I'm gonna start seeing some stuff that's new, because I'm pretty familiar with La Pine. Threw some weed in a huckleberry patch. The bears protected your plants. That's awesome. 114 there today. Damn, that is hot. Where are you at? Where are you at? That's you in Phoenix area? It was 105 in my van yesterday for most of the drive. Oh, Florida, yeah. That's that wet hot too. The humidity that when you go into the shade, you're still way hot. Out here in the desert, this is a high desert, by the way. Even though it's forest, it's still considered a high desert because of how dry it is here. But so when you get into the shade, it's a noticeable difference in temperature. I know, my signal's not great out here. This stretch is going to be iffy on signal, so that's what happens when you're moving and live streaming, you know? honestly just happy to. My phone is it's plugged in, but it's actually charging very fast. In fact, going down. But I'm basically all the energy. I love that this thing has an ashtray built in. Like, man, they had it figured out in the 80s. They knew we would be smoking weed in it. Speaking of which, I could really use a fucking joint right now. There is actually a dispensary in Levine. I used to go to it all the time. But I don't have that kind of money right now. And all of my money at this moment. It was about like high 70s, low 80s at night where I was in the valley in San Joaquin. I'm imagining you're on the coast. Where the hell is it freezing in California right now? Hell, even Shasta's in the 90s every day. Three weeks at a hotel, man, that's expensive. Alright. Alright. I thought... Oh yeah, Crescent. Crescent. Oh yeah, Crescent. Crescent. I'm in Crescent, Oregon. I'm in Crescent, Oregon. See? I knew I'd remember. See? I knew I'd remember. There's some guy on the side of the road with a big old pack walking down the road and did a whole big turn to look at my van. Lumberjack and a bear. There used to be a restaurant that closed down. The Bear. Thanks, Arizona. It's all good, man. Maybe next time. Zig remix. Zag, you good? She's a good girl. Yes, you are. Just gotta give her as much love as I can while I'm driving. Oh, your daughter lives here? No kidding. Gilcrest, Crescent. That's cool, dude. My income, I still can't even afford to live here, you guys. That's the reality of 15 minutes to the pine, you guys. 45 to Bend. And then gotta get through Bend, which is a pretty busy town lately. Last few times I was in Bend, the traffic. Got an RV. Definitely improved this road since the last time I was on it. They got a big fence on both sides of the highway, that's new. The road looks freshly paved. do have a little bit of weed, you guys. Like, I have like maybe a joint's worth, maybe two. And I'm gonna smoke it when I get there. I appreciate everybody doing some Googling for me. At this point, I just honestly just want to get there and get Zach settled and comfortable so I can give her some love and some cuddles. I will obviously keep you guys up to date and informed about what's going on with her as it progresses. My picture coming in more clear now. I am getting closer to the pine. I figure that the signal should be improving. Let me know in the comments. Recommendations on dispersed camping in Redmond? Yeah, actually. Redmond's a little more tough than Bend, to be honest with you. Bend is a little bit easier, and there's actually better camping out there. But I do know of some spots. If you send me an email, my email's in the description of my channel and my video. I can drop you some pins to some areas that I know of. Most of them aren't directly in Bend, or I'm sorry, in Redmond, but they're not far. They're right outside of town. Obviously, but I gotta be completely honest. Bend has some much better free camping outside of Bend than outside of Redmond. I was kind of debating whether or not I was gonna head up to the Deschutes River for a day or two before I kept going, but I'm just gonna forego that and get Zach taken care of. Highway 31. I used to live down that road right there on the right for a summer in my RV. There's actually some free camping down there too. It doesn't have any water, unfortunately. I rented a U-Haul U-Haul car dolly from that spot right there to get my Volkswagen Beetle down south to Slabs. Oh yeah, dude, I got solar. I got plenty of solar for that. tattoo guns don't take a whole lot of power, so yeah, I got you. I got juice. Have you ever used one of those rechargeable tattoo guns? They're like battery powered rechargeable tattoo guns. Dude, those things are so quiet. They're like silent. Right now, and this actually is a really good spot to get a speeding ticket. As the speed limit drops real fast through here. It goes from 65 to 35 in less than a half a mile. Right here on the right up here, is the dispensary I used to go to every morning on my way into work. HD, or that brown building right there on the right. Here in Oregon, we have to stop for pedestrians. State law, you have to stop. It was the same way in Long Beach too, believe it or not. And quite honestly, I'm looking at a lot of these people and wondering if I know them. Because that guy was definitely a veteran. If not still serving. He still had the mustache. He might still be serving. Man, I can spot a veteran or a active duty especially from a mile away. I'm honestly like, kind of don't want it to run into anybody I know. Pine is kind of split up between two sections. There's this section, and after this light right here, you'll think, hell, I'm out of town now, that was it. But then there's a whole nother section of town down the road a little ways. Kind of trips you out to think, oh, back on the highway. Oh, never mind, I'm still in the city. I went to high school in this town for a little bit when I was in that foster home in my teenage years. And this stretch of road between Lapine and Bend is actually pretty dangerous, especially in the winter. There's fatalities on it all the time. But it is a pretty spectacular drive. But right here is what I'm talking about. It almost looks like you're out of town now. Went up here a couple miles. Like, it speeds you back up to highway speeds, and then it slows you back down. As you'll see in a second. Beautiful weather to ride a motorcycle in, man. I'm jealous. Look at him. Up here they were supposed to build a new interchange, and they started building it. I think it's right there on the right. Yeah, they started building it, and then the thing started sinking. You can see that's kind of like a half road that started building, and they just gave up on it because it started sinking, and they weren't expecting that, and they didn't know how to fix it, so they've just kind of left it. That was a lot of years ago that happened. It's just, there's still a big old concrete bridge over there that's not even being used. Not even finished. They didn't even finish it, they just left it. Wickiup Reservoir, Crane Prairie. If I was to turn left right here, I'd be going to some of the best fishing in the state. Twin Lakes is out there. I love that. Those two lakes. Those are my favorite spots. Favorite spots to fish. Yeah, I told you there's more city right here, more town. But the edge of it's coming up, right up here. Doesn't seem like a whole lot has changed in La Pine, to be honest with you. It looks about the same, honestly. Oh, there's a dispensary that wasn't there before, but other than that, oh, that's a new apartment building. Whoa. Okay, those are new. And those are skinny. They're nice. I bet that was La Pine's answer to affordable housing. But then they still make it really nice and charge you more than they should. Alright, we are kind of out of La Pine. You're not going to see any more of the city, but if I was to just take a left turn right now, I would drive over those train tracks, and there's just tons of neighborhoods back there, and it goes on in quite a ways. There's a road that parallels this one with just tons of houses out there. Probably for the next maybe 5 or 10 miles, there's neighborhoods off to the left. Not as many off to the right. There's an RV park up here that wouldn't let me stay there in my old RV because it was older than 10 years old. But this turn up here is gonna take you to the Paulina National, was it a monument, I believe? Newberry Caldera, yeah, the volcanic monument. There's also a obsidian flow out there, and then there's a couple of lakes too. Which maybe at some point I'll be able to take y'all up there. It's really pretty up there. And there's free camping right outside of the Caldera. Yeah, that's true. More dispersed west near Sisters. Yeah, I know some great spots just outside of Sisters. Camp Sherman area. In fact, my favorite camp spot on the planet Earth is right there in Camp Sherman, Oregon. Oh, what a dick. Why would you do that? That was a nice honk you got there, but it should have been worse. Yeah, dude, fresh fish. In fact, my dad got married out at Camp Sherman, out by Sisters, Oregon. And Levine State Park, I have stayed there before. That's a great park. And when my dad passed away, that was one of the first places I went to spread his ashes. Alright, we are officially out of the line area. Sun River is a kind of a resort town. You're not going to see any of those because I'm not driving into Sun River. But a lot of those houses in Sun River I painted back in the day. That we got a lot of business out there in Levine. Yeah, the descend on bend. Descend on bend is technically it's not even in Bend. I've already passed it, as a matter of fact, where they're holding descend on bend. It's actually closer to Levine than it is to Bend. But I've never been to it. It's kind of expensive to go. And there's free camping nearby. I don't know, it's tough for me to pay money to go to those events. But I have considered going to it. These forests here, this woods. Just super stoked to be back here. Like when I'm seeing, like you're just seeing a road and some trees, but I'm seeing like, you know, where I'm from, my house, my stomping ground, my rearing ages. A few miles up here is going to be Lava Butte, which I don't know if I'll get a good angle of it driving in the camera orientation, but essentially, I don't know if you don't know what a butte is. It's a type of volcano. except it didn't create a mountain. It basically creates a little hill. You know, before there's a butte, lava comes out of the ground and then it cools and it's just a layer of lava. But then it comes out of the ground again and then cools. And then comes out of the ground again and cools. And each time it builds this volcanic mound higher and higher and higher. Well, Lava Butte erupted once and it just spilled lava all over the landscape, and it actually changed the direction of the Deschutes River long before humans were around, and it cut the eastern part of the state off from water. So now instead of the Deschutes River headed east, it goes north because of Lava Butte, which I'll be passing here in about 10 minutes, maybe less. South Century Drive, Sun River. This is that resort area I was telling you about. Yeah, the woods got mosquitoes, but you know, if you don't stay near stagnant, still water, typically you don't have much of a problem with mosquitoes. But once you get closer to the lakes, you're definitely gonna have to worry about those. I used to do some backpacking up here in these lakes. A lot of the lakes in Central Oregon you can't get to by vehicle. You have to walk out and hike out to them. And yeah, I've gotten chased off in the middle of the night because of the freaking mosquitoes before. Right there, Cascade Lakes, Mount Bachelor. Mount Bachelor is a ski resort here. It's one of the first jobs I ever had, actually, was at that mountain. The first job I ever had was for the Forest Service. I used to mark the boundaries for logging out in the woods, just walking through the woods, tagging trees. That was a pretty cool job for a 14-year-old. Just going hiking through the forest, tagging trees all day long, picking up where you left off the day before. And then my second job was at the mountain, Mount Bachelor. Worked at the rental section. I was a pretty avid skier back then too. Come on, man, find your gas pedal. No wonder he wasn't finding his gas pedal. Dude, there's always a cop on this stretch of road. From Levine to Bend, I always see a cop on this stretch of road. Always. The guarantee. Right through here, it's just lose signal like clockwork every time. signal. Dude, that cop that just passed me has his lights on up there. He's pulling someone over. Station 4,510 feet. Oh, he didn't pull it. Oh, he did the Shoots River Woods. Man, I had 6 of you stay with me through that. I told you I was going to lose signal. I called it. You can build a tree house, make it look like a mansion. Yep, I'm good, I'm back. We're coming into Bend, Oregon right now, you guys. I'm gonna be taking the Parkway, which is basically a bypass. The highway goes right through the middle of town, but they put actual stoplights on the highway, and they cut the town in half when they built it. I remember when they built the damn thing. Whoa, all these apartments on my left are brand new too. That is crazy. That's a lot of building since I left. That's a lot of housing. That's crazy. I'm gonna be surprised by a lot of the changes that I see. Coming into town now. First light is right up here right on the highway, dude. It's crazy to me. They made all the exits for this parkway in the weirdest spots. It's hard to get around town using it, but it's still the fastest way around town. I used to drive taxi in this town. I used to drive cab. Past the Walmart, Goodwill over there on my right, and I also just passed the Dutch Bros. Just saying. So much building. Yeah, me too, man. Bend is when I first moved here, it was a town of 30,000 people. Now it's a town of about 100,000, 120, if you include all the Bend Metropolitan Service Area, MSA. I think the official population is around 90,000, but I can guarantee you it's much higher than that. I'm on the south end of town. There are some spots on this parkway that are prone to slowing down, and I pretty much know all of them. It's probably worse now that we got a lot more people here. Reed Market, the old mill district. When I was a kid, the old mill district was literally an old mill, and it had a fence around it, and it was all in shambles and broke down. And now it's an REI and like a whole shopping center, a shopping experience, and it's all beautified and stuff. But yeah, we used to sneak in the old mill when I was a kid and smoke weed and break windows and stuff, throw rocks to the windows. Now it's an REI and the movie theaters down there, and you know, Sunglass Hut, and Victoria's Secret, all that shit. It's right on the river, obviously. It's a mill. This bridge right here going over the road. I used to live in the neighborhood on the left when I was about 19, 20. No, I must have been older than that, maybe like 22. I've now passed another Dutch Bros. I think there's like 6 or 7 of them in this freaking town, honestly. I could spend a whole day just driving around Bend looking at all the new stuff. Oh my goodness. I know you can't see this, but there's a big crane off to my left. One of those ones that builds skyscrapers. And we don't have anything like that in Bend. Also off to my left is the Cascade Mountain Range. Just mountain after mountain after mountain. I would show you if I could. Off to the right in this little there's a shopping center up here, Revere Avenue, right there, that exit, the next one. That's where Blockbuster is, you guys. It's at Revere. The community college I went to for my first 2 years. Yeah, I just passed Blockbuster. I've lived all over this town. From one side of town to the other, and pretty much all of the surrounding towns at one point in my life. There's a few other towns like Madras and Prineville. Never lived in those. Now we're coming up on the north end of town. And it looks like, I'm trying to see which is the best way to get to Crystal's house. Should I take Highway 20 or 97? Looks like 97 might be my best bet. Man, I'm seeing so many new buildings. Tumalo State Park. I was a camp host at that state park. Just passed a sign for it. I camp hosted at the Tumalo State Park for a while, along with Klein Falls State Park and Smith Rock. A pretty common area right here for everything to slow down. And I got a light up here. Couple of lights actually. It's actually kind of warm, man. The sun's coming through the window. Yeah. So over here is like one of those outdoor shopping experiences, an outlet mall. When I was a kid, this was an indoor mall, and then they closed it down and made it an outdoor mall in an area that, you know, gets 6 feet of snow and stuff. They made it an outdoor mall. Oh, that's new. What is that, Texas Roadhouse? What used to be there? That used to be something else. It used to be an Italian restaurant. Yeah, Kmart. Man, all this is kind of new. There's Target's not, but on the other side of the road, there's a whole bunch of new stuff built. Sportsman's Warehouse. Yeah, you know where I'm at. Yeah, 20's a pretty drive, but I kind of wondered if I should take 20 and then Old Ben Redmond Highway. But my GPS is just saying to keep going. So that's what I'll do. I even lived out in Crooked River Ranch for a while too, believe it or not. It's actually where my dad lived when he passed away. Now, all these buildings on the right, those are all new to me. All of this. It's crazy. Oh, they got Chick-fil-A? Aww. That RV place isn't new to me, but it looks like they got more inventory than they used to. Also looks like they're building something new over here by Lowe's. Man, this is just weird. A lot of new stuff. Lots of new stuff. Dovetails? What's that? Oh, it's a furniture place? Okay. Man, this town used to be small. If anyone, you know, if any of you have ever explored Central Oregon, you know, in the past, before, I guess, the early 2000s, before it really exploded, this was a small town. About 30,000 people. You know, it wasn't that big. We had 2 high schools. Now I think we have 4 or 5. I keep saying we like I still live here, but yeah, this town has just gotten huge. Absolutely huge. Closing the first store. They got a new Costco, is that what you're saying? Is that what that was they were building back there? The new Costco? Costco. Alright. Gonna be passing the funny farm. Gonna be passing the goat farm. OG Central Oregonites, Central Oregonians know what a funny farm is. When I went to the funny farm when I was a kid on a field trip, it was such a cool spot. It was all like psychedelic and stuff. And then they started doing drugs there and it just got all dilapidated. But it used to be kind of like, imagine Meow Wolf, but like in the 50s, you know, the best they could do in the 50s and 60s. 20 minutes away from my destination. And this is all pretty familiar. This all looks the same. Looks like they recently paved the road in the last maybe year or so, but only one of the lanes. But quite honestly, this lane gets most of the wear and tear because in the winter, pretty much everyone drives on this lane, not so much the other lane to pass. There's a speed trap right there. There's also a pretty well-known homeless camp back on that road right there, if you take a right. How far is civilization from the slabs? I mean, how much civilization are you looking for? Are you looking for like a gas station and a grocery store, or are you looking for like a city with a Walmart? So there's a gas station and a grocery store 3 miles outside of Bend in the town of Nyland. And then Walmart is about, 30-minute drive, 30-minute drive into Brawley. Such a difference in, I guess, politeness from drivers. People aren't cutting each other off or trying to squeeze in, and it's just like, Oregonians, y'all, I tip my hat to your, how polite you guys are when you drive. It's probably where I learned it from. Coming up in about 5 minutes or so is the town of Redmond. This is where I raised my daughter for a while. This is where I served in the National Guard and deployed from. I owned a home here in Redmond. Oh, there's a flashing light up here. Oh my goodness, that's new too. What? You guys, be careful. People are turning right here. I get it. This turn is actually, can be pretty difficult to make sometimes. But I didn't expect that. That's crazy. That's new. I bet you there's going to be a lot of stuff that's new. More LA drivers. All I see is Oregon license plates. Except mine, it's actually an Arizona license plate. Oh, there's a big solar farm right here too. I've got a cop pulling up behind me, you guys. Hopefully I don't get pulled over. Dang it, why is he following me? He was passing and then he pulled in right behind me. I hope he doesn't pull me over. I can't afford a ticket right now either. And if he pulls me over, I'm gonna have to stop the live stream because everything I need is on my phone to show him. Oh, it's nerve-wracking when a cop gets behind me, you know? I got a sick dog. Stressful drive today, you guys. Don't bother me. I'm almost to Redmond. If I could just make this exit and not get pulled over, I'll be having a good day. I don't know why he like popped in behind me like that. Going well under the speed limit, and he hasn't pulled me over. I don't know why he hopped in behind me like that. Making my nerves shot. Like, I've already had a rough day, man. I don't know why he's behind me. My exit. Please don't follow me. It's a state trooper, so he might not follow me into town. Oh yeah, he is. I got these guys turn signal off. Oh no, if he's exiting, I'm not. Woo! Yay, the cop left. I was supposed to exit there, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna take the next exit. Because believe it or not, my brake lights aren't working right now. I've been trying to get my brake lights fixed. I thought it was a fuse, but it wasn't a fuse. All my fuses are good. And I think maybe it's the switch on the brake pedal. So he would have definitely pulled me over if I had to brake. Thankfully, he's not there anymore. That made me nervous. Yikes. Thankfully, I know this town well enough that I don't have to exit right there. I can exit up here, but that, I don't. The cops are supposed to make you feel safe, but instead I just get nervous as hell. I don't feel safe with the police around. I really don't. I know other people feel differently, probably because we have different experiences with law enforcement, but I definitely don't feel safe when a cop gets behind me. It's not like, oh good, I'm gonna be protected. It's like, oh shit, they're gonna extort money from me. Maybe figure out a reason to impound my vehicle, my house. I know nomads that have lost their dogs because they've gone to jail. They've gone to jail and they couldn't get their dogs taken care of. They're homeless. And they put the dogs in a shelter. And if they're in jail for too long, the shelter will go adopt the dog out. And this, traveler, this nomad, this homeless person loses their animal. Seen it a few times. So I'm not showing you anything special, except the traffic here is kind of reminding me of LA. I'm at a flashing yellow, so I can't go. And yeah, the traffic's backed up from the last light, or from the next light, all the way to this one. Which the next light's a pretty good clip down there, actually. Not like city blocks down here. But I'm not gonna show you how I'm getting to Crystal's house. I'm sure she doesn't want her location blasted all over the interwebs. Here we go. Green light. Green means go. Get this carburetor moving. I was married in this town. Oh, it's a grocery outlet now. They moved it. The grocery outlet used to be on the north end of town. Now it's here with a Wilco and a Ross. This used to be like a movie theater, and wow, dude, they bougie to this spot all up. And they added a new road right here. Dude, Crystal, you didn't tell me they added a new road onto Oda Meadow. They like extended it. It used to end right here, and you'd have to go either left or right, but now I can go straight. Whoa, this is crazy. Sorry, I'm just getting like a little blown away by all these. Like, that's a big change, this new road. Damn, that cop made me nervous, yo. Well, the van made it, you guys. I'm almost there. I am, let's see, 6 minutes away. Crystal Jim, if you're still watching. Zag's still good down here. She's just chilling. And give her some water when we get out. All these trucks I'm seeing just confirms the fact I would have never sold my truck up here being a two-wheel drive pickup. All of these are four-wheel. I'm driving on a road I've never been on because it didn't freaking exist before. Lots of new buildings, apartments, and then some really familiar stuff. The bones are pretty much the same. I used to live right down that road right there with my daughter. When I got back from Iraq, actually, it was right there where I moved into. That was the place I moved out of my house into. before I started traveling. Let's see, I'm getting closer. Yeah, you guys send Crystal and Jim all those good wishes. They're gonna be taking care of Zag, and if anybody wants to help out, I'm sure they would appreciate it. I'll make sure that it gets to them because they've already scheduled an appointment to get Zag into the vet. I'm only a few blocks away, you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill the live stream. That was a long one. That was a good live stream. That was dramatic. Man, I'm so happy to be making it here, to be here. Yeah, thanks for everybody who donated. Thanks for everybody who hung out and made comments. Go ahead. I appreciate everyone's good wishes and love for Zag. That's really awesome. Calming me down. That was really scary. Still is scary. Still nervous. But anyways, I look forward to showing you guys Central Oregon while I'm here. I'll keep you guys in the loop about Zag. And as always, miles and miles of smiles.